Hi guys to everyone. It's Ada from Poison Rock. Today we are with Marcus from Reach and Deathstars, or just Marcus, well known as a huge drummer. I want to just say that this interview for the first time is did, and it's kind of a project, let's say, with the Pamela Scaravan. So we send a lot to Pamela that she's not here with, unfortunately. But I want to just ask you first of all, Marcus, the tedious questions. How's it going? How are you? The most up.
I'm very good actually. So yeah, it's I'm very good. Everything is well, and I'm very happy now with the release of the new Reach album. And also, I came home a few months ago from a very successful tour with Deathstars as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because
very good.
yeah,
It's been a lot of drumming lately. So yeah, I'm really
I
grateful
mean,
for that.
so you are, let's say, you are a full-time 100% musician then.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I don't think I much drums since I started, as
Yeah,
I'm doing now. So yeah,
yeah,
it's great,
absolutely.
really.
Before just talking about you as a musician, how you started and everything. So digging more, it's, let's say, more a storytelling of the musician itself than that Stars interview or Rich interview. Because for
Yeah,
who
sure.
doesn't know, there is already an interview uploaded for they want to know all the story about Rich, the meaning of prophecy. But I want to ask you because of course the release was last week, the party release. So
Yeah,
how did
yeah.
it go? How was it? And
Uh,
people react?
uh, yeah. No, but yeah, we released the album this Friday, last
Yeah.
Friday, and we also had a release party at our like local favorite
What?
rock bar and rock scene in Stockholm, Sweden. And yeah, it was great. We had all our friends and families there, and a lot of like long time diehard fans even flying in to see the shows. So
Really?
yeah, it was definitely really good. We were very happy about it.
So let's say the album
So
now is out, and but of
yeah,
course, and people, like we said, they can find it on the all platform and your website. But of course, like this is not just the end of the live show. I mean, it just started because there will be other. It's going to be an upcoming tour as well. We will always like to
yeah,
remind this. Yeah.
yeah.
So just to remind when it's gonna start this tour in and which main city, which that's in general.
So yeah, we have a small German tour coming
Mhm.
up that we know about at the moment, and
Okay.
it's in between the, what was it now, 10 and yeah, in the beginning of May
Yeah,
in Germany. I think
yeah.
it, yeah, and I think it was Frankfurt, Köln, München, Hamburg, and Berlin.
Congratulations for the
So
memory.
yeah,
I would
so
have
that's
forgotten.
the next, yeah. So that's the next thing we are doing
Okay.
with Reach, yeah. So definitely looking forward to it.
So just to spread, so it's gonna be mainly focused in the Germany in this, let's say, in this the next future. And of course, this album is out. Of course, like I said, Rich is out now. But your journey with music start way too much before Rich
Yeah,
itself. You are known as a drummer in, like say, in that star, like where. But of course, I mean, you didn't wake up and at 2 sticks, since I think you just started to as a kid. Because I
yeah.
probably you were born already with 2 sticks in your hand.
No, not really, but I started around I think I was around 15 something, 14,
Okay,
15.
I think.
And yeah, I always been very into rock music, and it was a lot of rock music in my home. My dad always played, all the classic rock albums. So that was like it. I didn't really have a chance. It was
Yeah,
that was to become my thing to do in life,
yeah,
Um, so yeah, I guess around that age, 14, 15, I started dreaming of like doing it for real. Play with a rock band, be on big stages, and with the crowds and everything.
so,
So yeah, I think it just happened by coincidence that I started with drums because we had like very close to my school where I went. We had like that you could hang out after school,
yeah.
and they had a rehearsal room with all the instruments already up. So I basically one day after school I just sat down and tried and was like, oh, this was pretty fun. You
I
know,
like the
maybe I should do
rehearsal.
something with this. Yeah. So yeah, I started like that, and then for my 15th birthday, I know in Sweden everyone is getting a moped, you know,
Oh
when
yeah.
they turn 15. But I didn't want a moped, I wanted the drum kit. So I was, you know, telling my parents like, yeah, I really want a drum kit, you know, I want to
Yeah.
play da 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 da, you know. And so eventually I got a drum kit and just, you know, started playing, practicing at home basically.
And make a lot of noise and you're
Uh,
complaining.
yeah, a lot of irritated neighbors and banging on the doors and such, you know. So, but I just kept every day after school, I just went home straight away and played drums.
I'm bothering the neighbors.
Yeah.
That worked out
Yeah.
really well. So I'm sorry for the neighbors, but I said it worked out really well.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, as a you know, being a musician, so the first moment that you was like, okay, now it's time to be serious, not be serious, but like to join and be part of something bigger than just jamming at home. When it remember.
I think it was when I joined my first band, and that was like, I don't know, maybe half year or year after I
Okay.
started just. So I just went straight into playing with band, you know, and that was more like a metal band, like almost power metal band, you know, but
Okay.
it was a really cool gang and it was fun. So yeah, I always just wanted to play with bands, you know. I'm just
Yeah.
yeah.
So and
So
of
that's how it
yeah.
started. And then I just kept on doing it,
Oh,
you know, like everyone that needed a drummer, I said, yeah, I can do it. And
yeah.
yeah, you know, I'm available, I just wanted to play.
So
Yeah.
yeah, because that's as well a good way to practice. Never forget that. It's good to be in a band, but it's good well to practice because shows up that you are really versatile and you're able now more than ever to play
Yeah.
different genre.
Yeah.
And they kind of
Exactly.
influenced your way of composing because sometimes we took for granted that the drummer can compose too. We took it for granted.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, like with Reach, for example, we like if Ludwig has the ideas for the songs, like the main ideas,
Yeah.
but then, you know, I try always to put my touch on it.
Okay.
So that you hear that it's me playing because, you know, you hear on drummers, their influences and their specific
Exactly.
styles. So you just try to put your style into the music, you know, and make it work. You play the songs, but you play them your way, basically.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So, and of course, like you said,
yeah.
the style. How would you describe your way of style, your way of playing drums, your own style?
Yeah, I would say I started out with listening, a lot to classic rock music, you know, Scorpions, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, you know, yeah, all those bands, classic bands. And but also, I've been listening to a lot of music, but also a lot of 80s stuff, you know, Def Leppard and that kind of stuff. But my style, I would say, it's a very
Okay.
steady beat, but with a still, but I still have the I think I have at least that little swing, you know. You have to be very steady as a rock drummer, but you also have to swing when it's needed. So
Yeah.
that's what I've been trying to work
With
on getting to, you know, like
it kept you in the eye, let's say, of the world of Europe as one of the most known drummers. So, and
yeah.
I think with that stars has been recognized because with that stars, you won award or something, even been have a huge how can I say huge recognition from the music scene, which is not common because I was reading something about the bio or some kind of award something won and as well.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I think that stars they won a bunch of awards, but that
yeah.
was before my time. I had been with the band since 2019 now,
Okay.
and so yeah, I haven't been
So
during that time, but
so let's
yeah,
say
they're a very established band. They've been going on for 20 plus years now, so
you're
of course for me that was a big thing to join, you know.
and of course like it comes easy to ask you because of course the last album it's from 2023 that's your that's so your influence in the composition and the writing of the album as well, the last one in a
Uh, yeah, but that's also like I haven't been on an album yet,
okay,
so I haven't done any albums.
okay,
It's already fixed drums. It's not a
okay,
drummer playing. It's programmed drums
okay.
because it fits better with the
Yeah, it's the sound.
industrial style, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, no,
But
really, it's a human machine then, really.
yeah, yeah. So I haven't played on any albums yet, but
Okay. Okay.
yeah, hopefully the next album. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe gonna since they will see they saw that you are like kind of a human machine. It's okay. Wait, maybe we can use Marcus this time and on the drum.
Yes, I'm thinking. Yeah,
That's
we,
good.
we will
But
see. I'm not gonna say
no,
too
no,
much,
no, no.
but yeah,
Gonna leave it to the fan to just wonder and guess.
yeah, yeah,
Since you mentioned
yeah,
about joining like the band, was I said in 2019 Death Stars. Just
yeah,
we said
yeah,
the name, otherwise people say, "Oh, which Reach of Death Stars, Death Stars." And I mean, how did it happen? I mean,
yeah.
we just met them, we knew them from before. Oh,
No, no. Actually, I got a call from one of the guitar players in the
okay,
band saying that they needed a drummer
okay,
for a few festival shows. I think it was seven, no, 6 or 7 shows
okay.
that summer. And then he said, "Yeah, we need a new drummer. Like, do you want to come and try out?" And I was like, "Yeah, as I told you, I tried to say yes to everything. Yeah, yeah, I can take it. I can take it."
Yeah,
And actually, I didn't really know them by then. So he said, "Yeah, I'm calling from Death Stars," and I was like, "Yeah, okay, sounds cool." But I had to call a friend, like, "Yeah, do you know who are these guys, Death Stars? They just called me, and they needed a new drummer." So I had to check it out, basically what it was, because I had totally missed them. I don't know why, but
it's a different genre
yeah,
as
I
well.
listened to some songs. I listened to some songs, and yeah, it's definitely something I
Yeah,
like. So I was like, yeah, of course I want to do this.
and
So yeah, I tried out, and then I got the gig, and then it started, you know.
started your journey as a fixed man, as a drummer,
Yeah,
and
yeah. So the first show was at the Grass Pop festivals. It was like the first gig was very big, you know,
Yeah,
7,000 8,000 people. So that was, yeah.
I mean, they didn't give you the small venue, but of course, I mean, like you said, this year you went out like throughout touring with them. So,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's I can imagine how bigger the stage that was because but it was like a kind of touring or was mainly just festival. I mean,
In the beginning, it was just festivals
okay,
that we started. So we did, yeah, all those big ones:
yeah,
Grasspop, Wacken, Mera Luna, yeah, all those
radio,
big ones. Gävle Metal Festival in Sweden,
yeah,
and then basically and then Corona came just after that.
yeah,
So yeah, it stopped for 2.5 years
yeah,
until we, yeah, released the Everything Destroys You album, and then
yeah.
finally we could go on tour, a real tour.
Yeah. And then
So yeah,
you're starting with Rich again, and then we go with that stuff. I mean, you never had.
yeah, exactly. So, but now the touring cycles are, when that one ends, the next one
Yeah,
starts. So
you
there
can.
haven't been really any problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's say any rest for. There's no rest for the weekend, but of
Oh,
course.
no, 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 no. I put way too much time into this.
But I mean, it's your job, it's your passion.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like, of course, like I said, that star is completely different genre. Even metal or hard rock, glam, whatsoever, is different because it's industrial, it has different bass. And I mean, how did you approach to this genre? Did you felt that, oh, okay, I'm just playing, there's no difference, I mean, for yourself? And it's well in a technical way, because of course, talking about you as a drummer, you can even talk about the technical part, because I think there are fans, there are drummers, so we can further.
But you try to. I mean, I listen a lot to Rammstein, for example.
Okay.
So I already listened to some industrial bands, so it wasn't really any problem for me. It was just I was like just thinking in a new kind of way. I still play as I do,
Yeah.
Even more steady, because the music needs it. It has to be even more da 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 da, and like it's very important that it's very tight, the playing. So I just tried to listen to live shows that they did before, and and just try to do my own thing with it, really.
Yeah, of course. And of course, like, I mean, we saw like in 2019 you were with Deathstars, now with Rick. Well, there is a gap before. I mean, so what you were doing before, you were involved with other bands, you were with a lot of bands, I think, but but they said that Deathstars and Reach is like the main stable project now, or you had that even before?
But I mean, Reach, I mean, me and Ludwig, we started Reach in 2012, so that has always been an ongoing project and band. But during the time, once again, like if a band calls me and need a drummer, I usually say yes if it's, So I've been playing AOR music with AOR bands. I was touring with a stoner band for a while. I've been doing a bit of covers here and there, so I've been doing a lot, but maybe not as big as what it is right now.
Yeah, but I think that's as well, you're touring with different bands, different genre, like you just being, let's say, for example, a live musician, live drummer. That's what make you be known in the scene as well.
Yeah.
Like that's why, like I was.
And of course, the bigger bands you play with, the more known you get. I mean,
what I was trying to get some information about, I don't know, your background, something. There is you have fan club. I was like, what fan?
Yeah.
But it's good to know. It's they're existing maybe for years, even maybe like you said before that itself, because they got you maybe with that band and that band. So that means that you left to the people a print of your own playing as a drummer and as a human being, as a musician. Which, to be honest, as a drummer, it's not easy because you are always in the stage behind everyone.
Yeah, I know, but that's great, as you said. Like, I really appreciate that. Like that people seem to enjoy my playing. I mean, that means everything for me. I always try to be how do you say, like a entertaining drummer as well. It should be fun both to listen and to watch me play. Like all my favorite drummers were, spinning sticks and doing all this stuff.
Now we got to the tedious question. Usually I ask 5 albums. Now I want to ask you 5 drummers that
5 drummers.
In influence and you on you.
All right.
And why?
And why? Okay, then I start with probably with Tommy Lee from Motley Crue, I would say. I mean, once again, super steady drummer, but super swingy, and he had the whole show thing going on with the spinning sticks and all that. And then, second, I would say maybe Cozy Powell from Rainbow and Black Sabbath and all those bands. He also, I mean, Headless Cross with Sabbath is one of my favorite albums, and there's super good drumming on that one. And number 3, I would say Herman from Scorpions, the original drummer. Also, like he wasn't very technical at all, but he was a very, very steady drummer, and I like that. And he always played to the songs. That's also very important. And I have to mention also one of my best friends, Robban Beck from he used to play with Eclipse and Mustache and Sabaton, and
Oh, okay.
I learned a lot from him actually. So
That's good. Friend as well as
so
employee.
yeah, we're good friends, and I try. He's a few years older than me, so I always looked up to him in a way, you know.
Last one.
And yeah, and how many was that? Two, three, four? Okay, one more.
One more.
Yeah, then I would say Eric Singer from Kiss.
That's pure entertainment as well. That's
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He had the whole hair going and the spinning sticks and everything.
That's
Super like steady playing and such.
Yeah. So let's say that the main because people can say, for example, there is a lot of hard rock, heavy metal hour going around that. So let's say that this genre can have a huge influence in your life.
The rock genre, and
Like
definitely.
Hard rock, our let's say lazy music, this type of music as well.
Yeah, definitely. As once again, you know, the classic rock and hard rock music. That's what I always get back to in the end. You know, if I'm putting on an album, I usually put on a Black Sabbath album or a Kiss album or some Scorpions maybe. But I mean I listen to a lot of new things as well. I mean, there's a lot of good Swedish bands, Eclipse, Dynasty, friends of mine, you know. Yeah, you know, so very, very much good hard rock and metal music.
I think there was as well like Sister, really good from Sweden. I think they're from Sweden, band called Sister. Is that
it's more of a sleaze band, I would say.
Really really
definitely.
entertainment. I remember.
Yeah.
And like their style too. Yeah, but of course, like all of these genre form, which is your own style, like we said already. But there is, I think, a little bit of technique as well in your way of playing, because it can't be all entertainment, just being part of your technique. That's the question that every drummer will be skip everything for going to this question, which is, of course, your gear. So you are on stage, your drum. It's like the gear of a drummer. I think I may never ask that to a drummer. I think I have the gear of singer, everything, guitarist, but maybe not a drummer. So you have maybe the first one asking. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want? What's your question? Yeah.
Like, let's say you're as a drummer, your gear, like which set of which drum set you prefer to use, or which type of I don't know, parts of the drum, I don't know, in general. If you have to go on stage, or your favorite whatsoever, what is gonna be with you on the stage? Like, even if
it's gonna be it's gonna be like, really, it's just a basic rock kit that I'm playing, like a basic rock setup, but I like it with 2 kick drums.
Okay.
So 2 kick drums, and then 1 tom in the middle, hang tom, and then 2 floor toms, and then I have a few crashes and cymbals and such. But important for me is that everything is straight.
Okay.
The cymbals supposed to hang not like this.
Okay.
Like this. That's very important. Everything should be in a nice order, you know. That's very important for me.
Like the orders, everything has to be in order. So
that's
this side notes for eventual organizer or sound engineering. You know that everything has to be on a level.
Yeah.
And as a pedal,
very important, and also it's both for me to see, you know, like I like to see my band colleagues. I want to see what's going on stage. So I don't want to have a cymbal in my face, you know.
Yeah, because of course you can say, guys, I'm just going into the drum, see you at the end of the kicks. Of course.
Exactly. Yeah.
But as well, like I said, drum is beautiful. All the rhythmical instruments are interesting, and to be honest, I started as bass player and ended up to being a shamanic drummer. So the fuck is the opposite.
Oh, okay.
But
right.
that's because when you find out the rhythm, I mean, and you know that you can keep it, I want to buy more, so I'm just gonna buy more. But of course, as always, being a drummer, maybe sometimes it's not like the guitar, you know, like you're home, you're composing, you're singing, you have the guitar, you can create all your, let's say, the basic line of a song, even just a song by itself. Drum, like bass alone, they do a lot, but sometimes people are like, you know, they say that people go most forward for the guitar, let's say, teenager. So if I'm a drummer, like for example, a teenage drummer, and I want to buy a drums, in your as a now can say professional drummer, because you are, what kind of advice we want to give to the youngest, especially the youngest generation, just to pursue this dream of playing drum? Because it sometimes can be frustrating not being in a band.
Yeah, if you're not being in a band, I would suggest that you for me as an example, I started out with playing a digital electronic drum kit because I was living in an apartment. So that definitely made it more easy for me to be practicing a lot. But if you have the opportunity and you have a space where you can put your drums, then you don't have to buy the most expensive drum kit. Just find a drum kit that you like and that sounds kind of good, and then just go for it. And then I mean, go down there, play your favorite songs, learn your favorite songs, because that's what I did to learn. I have never taken a lesson, basically.
And as well, it doesn't matter if you are immediately in a band, or even just like you did for a lot, just being a live musician. Sometimes we took that for granted. We have to be in a band and start a band. But sometimes we can just being, like even just like performer for even 8 decades. It doesn't matter. It's just doing your own art and music. And that shapes you.
But it's also like, I mean, if you're really put the time in for it, then go ahead. Because I mean, it's like with every instrument. I mean, you have to put the time in for it. And if you're not doing that, you have to. And you're not gonna be the best drummer in the world in a few years. It's just I still practice a lot every week.
But
so there's a lot of time alone in the rehearsal room playing and practicing.
Yeah, let's say that if you really are in love with an instrument, it's actually like being in love with a human being, because that's like, let's say it's an extension of you.
Yeah, of course.
It's a passion.
Of course.
And then it becomes
definitely.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, for example, you are a living proof that if you start as a drummer, you can end up to live as a musician, just to be so even because right now, a lot of guys, I mean, they are trying to be, but there's a lot of competition in the music scene. It's not like maybe when we were, let's say, younger, there were less bands, but it's not impossible to make it out of a living. You have just to keep on going and never put aside your passion.
Yeah. But it's also like, if you go in for it for the money, I mean, forget that. It's not a lot of money in this. I'm just being honest about that. But I mean, depending on how much stuff you do, of course you can make money on it. It was many years ago since I did a gig for free, for example. So to even be able to make some money on playing music, I think for me that was kind of a big thing, like, okay, shit, I'm making some money and doing what I love,
Yeah.
So that was very much a big deal for me.
Yeah, and as well, like because a lot of musicians as well, they, for example, are teachers, because once you're a musician, that's your job. You study music, or so of course they can afford, they can give lessons, because that's another thing. But of course, if it's me, okay, I'm gonna teach you drums, which is your background. I don't know, shamanic drum. I can never be able to teach you. But so what can I say before ending? Just you mentioned something about some maybe news about Deathstars, so we started to talk about some, I think, live shows. There are some live shows on.
Yeah, we have a few festivals booked for later this summer so far. So that's it for at least now that I know of. So, but hopefully it's more stuff coming up there as well.
Okay, so let's say people have
and the same with Reach. I mean, we just want to come out to play really. So book us.
Italy's waiting. Italy's waiting.
Yeah, but just book us and we come and play, you know.
And you deserve it because it's Reach. I mean, that story is amazing, but Reach is a really solid and beautiful music because it's, I think, for everyone. I think it's for everyone. Doesn't matter if you listen metal or hard rock or glam, it's for everyone. And it's really you have all the entertainment you want there.
Yeah.
It's
a very, very nice,
yeah.
Thanks.
And I know that, and for sure there will be fun at some Reach shows. It's not gonna be like that playing on the stage, just serious.
Yeah.
But what can I say? Just a quick hello to Pamela, because of course she made all of this possible. She's always fighting about being in a music field. She's a lot of effort. So let's say hi to Pamela.
Yeah. Hello.
And thank you, Marcus, for the time. And and as always, keep to put this passion as your big dream, because it's important. And that's what made you one of the, and I think one of the best drummers in Europe. So drummer in Europe. So
oh wow, that's all right.
I just read what I saw. Yeah, it was in your page, but that one was written there. So I'm reporting.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's okay.
What your fans are saying. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, that's very passionate fans.
Yeah. I mean, why not? If you can have the entertainment and the technical part, you made all the job. So okay, have a good rest of the day, and greetings to all the guys.
Thanks a lot for having me. Yeah,
it's a pleasure, and I will see you all around Europe or whatsoever in Italy soon, hopefully.
Definitely.
Bye, Marcus. Bye.
Bye. Take care.